Hey guys, what's up? It's Frank here from Altcoin Buzz. I've noticed an interesting pattern on Ethereum which unfortunately looks bearish. So I'm going to give you my opinion of why it's bearish. I'm going to give you a detailed analysis of how I have entered my position, where I will decide to close this position, and where I might decide to add more to this position. So let's get started. This video is about this ascending wedge, which we've seen one time, 2 times, and now 3 times. Now, I mentioned this in a tweet. What makes you think this time will be different? This was when the price was at $362. Of course, this ascending wedge broke down bearish already since then. And now I think it's really a time to be concerned, at the very least in the short term, about the Ethereum price. So if you enjoy this content and want to see more of it, don't forget to subscribe, like, and hit that notification button, as it really helps to support the channel. Before I get started, I just want to let you know that I am not a financial advisor and that trading and investing presents financial risk. So for those of you who don't know, the rising wedge is a common bear pattern. You can find out about it. Go to investopedia.com. They have loads of great articles explaining these concepts. So as they say here, a rising wedge is a technical indicator suggesting a reversal pattern frequently seen in bear markets. So right now, on the 4-hour time frame at least, we basically are in a bear market in the sense that, we had this huge dump coming down over here, and we tried to get up to the $400 level, but we got crushed. We came all the way back down. It's pretty much sideways recently, but we're coming from a bearish structure, at least from the past few weeks. So as they say here, this pattern shows up in charts when the price moves upward with pivot highs and lows converging towards a single point known as the apex. So the apex in these triangles, in this first one, we didn't actually reach the apex. We broke down bearish before then. In this second one, we did reach the apex. We broke down bearish. In this third one, again, we didn't quite reach the apex, and we have already broken down bearish. Now, as you can see from these previous rising wedges, the bearish breakout led to further downwards price action. And so I think it's just somewhat unlikely that we now start to see new higher highs on Ethereum. So the way I played it is that I entered a position actually at about $356. I was looking at this major inflection point over here where we had multiple resistance in the past, multiple support, and I just suspected that we might see some sort of resistance in this area. And indeed, although we came above it, which was a little bit scary for my short, we actually have now broken bearish below it, which is actually even worse sign for the bulls because it means they've tried to break above this now. You'll have had some people who bought above this thinking this was a breakout, and now they get stopped out of their longs, essentially adding more bearish selling pressure as we get below this level. Okay, so here's how I'm looking at this trade. First of all, my main target really is down at $285. That being said, I will also be playing the shorter term. If we get to sort of $315, I'll take some profit. And actually, I'm even going to take a little bit of profit and try to get in at an even better price if we get down to $340. As I mentioned in a previous video, I think this is the first major level of support. You can see it's the peak of the liquidity is in this area between 339.5 and 345. And this 342 level sort of marks the middle of that area. So I'll be taking some small profits over here, but really I'm holding most of the position down to either 310 or even 285. And the thing is, there is this news about the phase 0 launch, the beacon chain launch. But the fact of the matter is that price isn't really responding that well, right? I mean, okay, we had this run up from $310, but we already knew about this beacon chain launch before. It's not like this has started an immense sort of price boom. So, it's all very nice to say that there's good news coming up, but if the price isn't reacting, if we're seeing bearish patterns like this, then, it's hard to say that the news is going to create a price surge, at least in my personal opinion. So I'm going to explain to you now what these red lines and this box up here, this red box up here marks the new sort of resistance zone. If we really find support in this area, if this is a fake out, basically, in other words, if we don't break out bearish from this and we really find support and start moving up again, then the next level that I'm going to be looking to add to my short is between the sort of $375 level and the $390 level. This line over here, of course, marks the $389 level. This was the double top for Ethereum in the past, and I would be certainly scared about continuing to be in my short if this level is broken. So what I have is I have a hard stop loss. And what that means is that I don't think it's likely that this stop loss will get taken out. But if it does, then of course, it protects me from making a big loss. So I have a hard stop loss at the $410 level, meaning that, if we get a big price spike up here and then, we get a fake out and come down, I'll still be protected. But really, I don't think it's even that likely that we get to that level. What I think is most likely, honestly, now is that we come down, maybe we come back up, we sort of test the lower trend line of this triangle over here, but that then we break bearish again. Now, the last time we had an ascending wedge over here, we actually formed a new bear flag. So, we might get something similar like that, where, we come down here again, I'll be taking some profits at the $342 level. Maybe we find support and make a new move up. Maybe we really do break through this pivotal point and manage to hold above it. But until we do that, I remain bearish on Ethereum. I think it's very hard to say that based on this price action, especially in the short term, that we're going to be bullish. But hey, that's just my opinion. And, let me know what your thoughts are in terms of RSI, MACD. Well, MACD, first of all, you're seeing lower lows over here, all right? This is not something you want to see if you're bullish. Of course, we've just had a bearish crossover on the 4-hour chart over here. So these are not good signs. We're starting to see these red bars over here. And this generally just means that the momentum is losing its pace. And it's basically every bearish sign that you could expect here. Lower lows on the histogram, starting to get into the red zone below zero, and seeing a bearish crossover over here. And in terms of RSI, okay, we have had higher highs over here. It looks sort of more neutral. Not really too much to say about this. It's not bullish or bearish. So yeah, that's the way I see it right now. I think that, we will maybe make another move up of another couple percent. I'm going to be adding more to my short if we get actually to 365, because I've already taken tiny bits of profit over here, because I was a little bit over leveraged. So that's pretty much the way I see it for Ethereum. Again, the main support I see is pretty much this $340 level. The main resistance I see, of course, is the previous high of $369. These are those sort of local supports and local resistances. But the next sort of more major support is pretty much down here at 315. And if we can't hold that, then yeah, I think we get down to 285. As I mentioned in a previous video, 285 marks the previous high over here, and 250 marks this high liquidity zone over here. So we have to zoom out a little bit to see that this is the top of the high liquidity zone. So, I hate to be bearish. I'm very bullish on crypto long term, but I think it would be irresponsible of me to, just fake that I'm really bullish on Ethereum. And, I'm a technical analyst. I look at price charts, and if I'm bearish, then I'm bearish. That's the way it is. If you're a fundamental analyst and things are looking very bearish, you basically don't have anything to say. You're just kind of like, well, we're bullish long term, keep the long term in mind, and that's fair enough. But, when you're trading, if you're interested in trading, then of course the short to medium term is also very interesting and very relevant. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing in the short term. And, hey, I hope in a lot of ways, I hope I'm wrong and that, we don't see new lower lows and we see new higher highs. But on the other hand, if we do have a more healthy correction here, then it just makes the next move up even more supported, basically. You see? All right, guys, so that's been it from me for this bearish update on Ethereum. Let me know if you appreciate hearing the bearish analysis, because guys, these videos don't get as many views as the bullish videos. Everybody's aware of that. That's why you don't hear about bearish analyses or bearish opinions that much, because people just don't want to hear about it that much. They want to hear about the bullish stuff. So I hope you can see how in some ways I'm doing you a favor with this. I'm definitely not going to move the market with our several thousand views in our video. I see some people say in the comments, oh, you think that people are going to sell Ethereum because of your video? No, I don't. I think there's a very small number of people who watch the video compared to the whole market. I certainly don't think any institutional investors are watching my videos. So guys, please don't assume that, I'm making these videos because I think you're going to sell and it's going to help my position. Ethereum is a $40 billion market cap right now. I'm just giving you guys my personal honest opinion. Again, this is a pattern which has played out 2 times in the past. Right now, it's looking bearish. Again, we might come for a retest, but it just doesn't look like the bulls are in favor right now. All right, guys, that's been it from me for today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to help to support the channel. And with that being said, guys, I will see you in the next one.